So finally, for the mental training of the week, we will analyze Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Four Agreements. We will go over and understand my favorite takeaway from the book and see how those pieces of wisdom can improve our performance and better our life. So the first piece of wisdom is to remember that we must always cultivate the discipline to be impeccable with our words. So to never use toxic talk like blaming, criticizing, and complaining, because we know that it will not only pollute the way we think, but it will also have bad consequences on how others respect and trust us. So the second piece of wisdom is we must remember that when we point at someone, there's one finger pointing at them and three fingers that are pointing at us. So we must understand that most of our criticism towards others originate with our own shortcoming, and that's why we see them so easily. The third idea is to remember that we need to be careful about our blind agreement and unjustified assumption, and we must always make an effort to do our best to beat ignorance with the courage and willingness to constantly question our surface idea and our surface perception. The fourth idea is really to recognize that we are constantly doing things that serve us and things that deplete us, and our objective is to be aware and differentiate between the two. So we must understand that those toxic ways of doing, those ways that deplete us, they primarily happen when we are unable to pause. So that being said, we need to make sure and make it a priority to create space between the stimulus and the response to give us the opportunity to decide consciously in the favor of what is good for us. And the last idea is really to celebrate any detection of negativity within ourselves, because we understand that noticing is the first step towards change. So we need to remember to be graceful and patient with ourselves, because we know that change is hard and it takes effort and also time. So the automatic things when we see something negative in ourselves is really to beat ourselves over. But what I'm trying to say is really that when we see something negative in ourselves, we need to celebrate it, because we know it's the first step towards change. So